it's Ella, and this is Randomness with Ella. We're starting the episode number 11. Once. That's just, my little Spanish lesson to you. Number 11, episode number 11 of the show. I'm so excited. Well, let me tell you, last weekend, it was 4th of July. How was it? Did you have a good time? I had, a decent time. I went to my boyfriend's house, my boyfriend's parents' home, and, we just dropped by, we hang out by the pool, we ate some barbecue, we all kept our distance, we don't want to make it awkward, kind of want to hug them, but you don't, so you're just like, those T-Rex hugs, with your tiny little arms, like, and you don't want to make it awkward, so you're just like, hey, what's up? It's so awkward, but you don't, so you just like blow a kiss. That's what we do with them. It's so cute, but, at the same time, it's like, oh, Jesus, I don't want to touch that. It's difficult, but, you get to figure it out. Anyway, so we went there, we ate some barbecue, and it was amazing. It was good food. Very good food. Anyway, and we didn't watch fireworks, unfortunately. I know. We didn't watch fireworks, and one reason was because, we didn't want to be out there and, getting together with a bunch of people. Didn't feel right. We didn't want to just do that. And then we felt like, we're just going to go back home, watch movies, and, drink some wine. Wine out. Drank a beer. I drank a little bit of wine, and we just relaxed. Now, our neighbor was going nuts with fireworks. His kids were like blowing fireworks literally by my window, and this is not like my boyfriend and I, we don't live in a home, like we don't have our own home, we have an apartment. This is an apartment complex, so you can imagine kids blowing fireworks in an apartment complex at like 8 o'clock. Yes, thank God it was Saturday, and he doesn't work next day, Sunday, we're just cool. But if it was in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, I would be like, yo, slow it down, please. I probably would have hated me. Just be careful, please. Don't blow your hands. There's the meme about this guy on a wheelchair who's blowing like fireworks, and he can't. It's bad. It's bad. Anyway, I hope you had a great 4th of July. It was, we're the 9th. Oh my God, we're July already. 6 months has gone through already. Jesus. Anyway, hope you had a good one. I hope it was great. I had a lot of sugar this morning. That's why I'm hyper. If you feel my tone and my excitement, yes, it's because I'm excited to record this, but also because I have extra sugar in my blood. So there's a lot going on. But anyway, let's start the episode 11. It's about a pretty interesting topic. We're going to talk about minimalism. Have you ever heard about it? Do you even have a clue about what minimalism is when you hear that word? Yeah, minimalism. It's not about midgets. It's not about tiny things. It's something really interesting. Let's start. Episode 11. Woohoo! Alright, let's start episode 11. First off, pardon my excitement. See, I made brownies yesterday, and they were freaking deliciosos, meaning delicious. And, I got so excited. I haven't eaten brownies in a while, so I ate a lot of brownies. And you know how brownies have this crazy amount of sugar, and on top of that, I'm passionate about chocolate. So if you might by chance love chocolate and you have a weakness for sugar, then you know what trouble you're getting, because yesterday I made the brownies. I left the pan out there, and I said to myself, I'm only gonna get one. And then next thing I know, I'm like a little mouse going back into the kitchen, and I got another one. And then I got another one. And it was bad. I ended up eating probably half of the pan. It was like an 8 by 8 pan, not that big. But my boyfriend only had one slice. I was like, what's wrong with you? I get to eat like 2 pieces or 3 pieces, and you only get like 1. That's just not right. So I was like, I didn't make this to look at it, right? So let's just eat it. I mean, I gotta do it. Someone has to do it, and we're only 2 in here, so I hate them most of it. I hate most of it. Anyway, I'm really hyper today, so if you feel that, it's because of the sugar. I'm not in drugs or drunk, it's the sugar. And on top of that, I bought a bottle of aloe vera because I wanted aloe vera juice because I couldn't find the aloe vera plant. Dang it. And the bottle, it's a total scam because it has 98% of sugar. Whoa. Am I drinking just water and sugar here? 96% of sugar. It's basically drinking 3 tablespoons of sugar and like half or half of a quarter of water. That's insane. Why do you sell this? It's crazy for your health. So I had a sip of that this morning, thinking, ooh, I'm gonna drink something healthy this morning. But bad idea. No. So I'm trying to detoxify all of those sugar components in my blood by doing this podcast. So you're gonna deal with it. Anyway, all right, let's start episode 11. Minimalism. How did I get into this topic? Well, first off, it's because of my boyfriend. He loves documentaries. He's like passionate about it, and yes, I like them. I like documentaries, but he likes to watch a lot of them. Any type of topic. Doesn't need to be anything informative or historical. It could be anything about murders, serial killers, historical, or anything. He just liked to watch them. So we were like looking into a documentary that relates to both of our interests. Damn the sugar. To both of our interests, and we found this one called Minimalists. And I kind of knew what minimalism is, but I was like 50% ignorant about it, 50% aware of what it was. And I did my research, and it's let me tell you, it's interesting. So here's the deal. It's kind of like a cult, if you want to call it like that. I mean, I don't want to label it too deep. Cult sounds too strong, but it's a lifestyle. There you go. But it makes you focus on the things that are more important. And that's what really attracted me. When I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, I think I want to become a minimalist. Because, by practicing minimalism on your lifestyle, on your routine, by incorporating it while you're doing anything whatsoever, you get to focus on the things that are more important. You get to value the things that are more important, like relationship, love, and things like that, instead of focusing on the material things. Like I have, a lot of things at home that I possibly don't need, but yet I have them. And one of the things that I was looking at another video while I was doing my research, and this is crazy. Americans spend $1.2 trillion every year on, things that they don't need. Unnecessary goods. And I was like, whoa, that is insane. So knowing that, and I am part of that club, let me tell you. I mean, every time we want to update our phones, and this is one of the examples on the documentary, we want to update our phones every freaking year. Don't you feel like, the new iPhone came out and you just want to get a new one just because it's the new version? But do you really need to? I sometimes don't do it. I wait like about a year or so just to update it. But then, I had my last phone was iPhone 6. Yeah, it was like 5 generations before the last one. So I was like, it was kind of pushing me because I wanted to do podcasts, I wanted to blog and things like that. So if I wanted to keep up with the world, I kind of needed to keep up with my phone too. So the iPhone 6 had a little bit of like an outdated, era in it. So I had to update it. But just so I wanted to, just so I could work with, what I wanted to do. But I mean, if you're not in need to, do that, then I don't think it's a necessity. I mean, I see people that are still using flip phones. before, for example, this is a personal story. Before I met my boyfriend, like about 3-4 years ago, a year before I met him, so that'll be like 4 or 5 years now, he had a flip phone, and he said he was comfortable with it, he was okay with it, and boom, I was surprised. I was like, whoa, a flip phone, what is going on? But he just had it, and he was like, all he needed to do is just text and call. Now, he changes his phone, and the reason why he changed it is because he broke the charger, and when he went to get a new one, the store didn't have it. What? I was like, yep, okay, well, then you're forced to. As technology evolves, you kind of have to go with it. I mean, yes, it's a torture, because at some point you feel forced to, and you kind of don't want to. But going back to this documentary, it's really interesting. It's on Netflix, and I think it's a documentary by, let me Google it real quick. Oh yeah, it's a documentary on Netflix by Matt Davella. You probably don't need to know that. I just wanted to recall that. But it's a really good one. It's called The Minimalism on Netflix. It's kind of long, but it points out really, really cool things. The minimalism lifestyle, it could be really extreme for what I've seen in the documentary, and it could be really simple, and you can practice it even if you're not a minimalist. Oh boy, I had to get a drink, and by that I mean water. Anyway, so, oh god, minimalist projects and challenges are really, like I said, they could be really extreme, or they can, you can, if you're not a minimalist, you can also practice and challenge yourself to do them. I've been reading a lot, and ever since I watched this documentary, it's really intriguing me, because I kind of want to practice some of their, challenges or projects. It seems like it could, cleanse my aura, my space. Ooh. Or, but I'm afraid that if I get really into it, I'm gonna end up in a tiny little house with like one table, one bed, one chair, and one fork. Yeah. So I guess, when I get into something, I'm those type of people. If I get into something, I put all my energy and all my effort into it, that I won't drop it until I know I achieve the maximum. I'm like Monica Geller. I just go for it all the way. So, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of if I ever practice minimalism. But I mean, their projects, their challenges, their lifestyle routine involves a lot. Like, you could tell that you're not only like putting your effort to clean your space, you're also putting in risk material things that you could possibly may have value for you. They have this project called the 33 rule, and basically what you do is grab 33 items from your closet and use those 33 items from your closet for 3 months. What? Hold on, because I'm almost falling. Yeah, you just leave with 33 items from your closet, and that includes shoes, jewelry, and shirts and skirts and whatever it is. But 33 items only for 3 months. Can you do that? Can I do that? God only knows. Can the Kardashians do that? I don't know. I would love to know. I would love to know if the Kardashians can do that challenge, because, the gigantic closet, it's only one specific per item. They have a department section. Go for the 33-3 rule. It's insane. But oh God, the sugar is killing me now. I can't do it. I don't think the 33. Now, here's the deal. I have a lot of things in my closet. I do. Now, since I moved here, I left half of my junk at my parents, and I brought half of my junk here. Now, I do recognize that I brought important things, half non-important things to, you know, my new apartment. Yeah, my mom kind of hates me because I left all my stuff over there, all my junk, if you can call it, from all these years, and I only brought the things I need to my new apartment. So it's like, whoa. I left my non-essentials there, and I kind of got minimalist here. The 33-3 rule, I don't know if I could ever do it. I mean, I don't have a lot of clothing, and I don't have a lot of shoes. I could count probably how many items I have in my closet right now. And with all this quarantine and pandemic going on, I haven't even got time to go out and shop. I mean, everything's closed. And if I could shop, because things are kind of slowly reopening, I don't want to. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. So, I mean, I'm still kind of reusing the things that I don't want to use. Now, for the kind of going to the more extreme lifestyle of a minimalist, you should know that they wear a lot of black and gray and white colors. When they like narrow down all of their selections, they're decluttering. That's what, yeah, they kind of like just cleans their closet. They only wear black, white, and gray. And I read that that's just optional. It's kind of like to represent the cold or the lifestyle, of, you know, just to. But I saw a video of this minimalist, and literally he bought 5 gray shirts and 5 black shirts, and that's all he wears. It's kind of like, you know, just to represent the concept of a minimalist, and because he doesn't need to wear different designs and this and that. So, I mean, cool for you, buddy. I'm just saying, I like my colors, and I'm not gonna wear that all the time. Now, I do respect the color black and white, because yeah, you have no idea, and this is something that my mom taught me. You can match white and black with anything whenever you want, any season. Black is so elegant, and white is so matchable. So I have a lot of, you know, black colored clothing in my closet, not even knowing about the minimalist lifestyle way before. So this wasn't on purpose, but probably I have so much items that I might need to start getting rid of. Anyway, there is a challenge here called the 20 by 20 rule, or that minimalist practice it. And basically, once you start getting rid of all these items in your closet or in your home, because apparently you can have up to 100 items in your home, period, as a minimalist. Something that, in all honesty, I don't think I would be able to do ever in my life. Although I do have currently a small apartment, and I could tell you, there's not 100 items, but there is not like 3 million items. I mean, just there's somewhere in between the hundreds. But I mean, yeah. So there is this rule. I mean, I don't know if it's a rule, because it's kind of optional. A voluntary lifestyle, right? But you need to, or you kind of want to have up to 100 items in your home. Yep. You go figure what you need to get rid of. Get rid of all those extra chairs, all those extra forks and knives that you have in your cabinets, that, you know, in your kitchen, and all those extra blankets and all those extra sheets, because you only need 100 items in your home, period, including all the freaking rooms. Now, I can tell you that I can definitely apply minimalism in my kitchen. The reason why is because I have so many utensils that I don't use, that I've been collecting for a while, and I don't need them. I do need only like a couple forks, a couple knives, and that's it. But when I open that cabinet, I don't even know what I'm grabbing. I fight it so bad that I end up with 20 cuts on my finger, and it's so annoying. So I'm like, I want a fork and I always end up getting a spoon. It's ridiculous, annoying, and it wastes kind of like a good 10 seconds of my life. It's so frustrating. So I'm like, oh, I just need to just let go. I mean, I should probably look at it instead of looking at the ceiling. But next time, I may apply some minimalist lifestyle in routine into my kitchen. You need some of it. I like to cook, so I like to collect a lot of cooking items. I just like to buy them. I don't know why, because I try to cook as much as I can, but I don't do it so much. I mean, now that I'm doing podcasting, kind of let it go. So they have this project or rule called the 20/20 rule, or just in case rule. That's what it's called. And basically what you do is you never had to pay more than $20 or go out your way on a ratio of 20 minutes to replace an item that you already got rid of. Crazy. So let me see. Within a ratio of 20 minutes in my area, I can tell you that yes, I can replace any item that I currently have. There's a lot of things going on within 20 minutes in my area. Now, if you live in a farmer, that's another case. But in the city, you got it easy, buddy. But if here is it's good. I got Target, I got the stores, I got here and there, Kohl's and this and that. So there's a lot. Within 20 minutes, I'm cool. Under $20, that is the issue. Because I just went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and there's yoga pants that I want, and they're $80 each. Yeah. This brand, it's called Alo, and the material is amazing. The style, it's beautiful, but they're $80 freaking dollars. Do I need them? Ask the minimalist, because I have 2 or 3 other yoga pants stuck in my cabinets, and do I use them all the time? Go ask the minimalist, because go figure. I don't know if I can find under $20 yoga pants, buddies. So, my dear, cult, I don't think that rule is gonna apply for me. It's hard to find under $20 good material things. I don't think that rule is gonna be really, really tough for me. If you really want quality items and quality food and things like that, under $20 is gonna be a tough one. Now, if you need to replace, I don't know, coffee or bread, I got you, and I got me. I'm cool with that. But other things, it's gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna have to wear my yoga pants for the next 3 years. Woo. There's a lot of rules. They have the 99 rule, where it says, have you used that item in the last 90 days? Well, if you haven't, will you use it in the next 90? So you ask yourself that. You look at your items, your clothes, the items that you have in your home, and if you feel like that is a yes or no, out. Bye-bye. Adios, amigos. It's basically just getting rid of things that you don't need. That way you can value the real stuff, and that's what the documentary is about. It tells you how non-important it's your car, or how non-important is having a big home. For example, in the documentary, this couple, I found that really extreme, personally. They went and lived in a tiny, tiny little house. It was tiny. It was probably the size, half of my the size of my kitchen and my living room. It was tiny, tiny. But it had everything, which, I'll respect for that. It had a kitchen, it had they kind of like separated everything to make it, decent. And it was out in the farms, and I didn't even know where the bathroom is. I don't know. But it was tiny, and they said that that's all they need, and that's all they want, and they don't need more than that. hold on a second, because I need my space. Even though I love my boyfriend and everything, I want to, have some sort of space where I can practice my yoga, where I can move. I mean, I eat a lot of sugar, for God's sake. I get hyper, I get a jump, I get a walk. Yeah. I mean, I'm not asking for a mansion, but at some point, I like to know that I have my rooms. My separate rooms where I can do in this room maybe a workout, and this one I can, watch TV, and the other one it's separated for cooking. When I cook, the smells pick up because I cook with a lot of onions. The Latina lifestyle. Maybe we should apply that one. Yeah. But it was insane to see that they left everything, the city, their gigantic home and everything, for a tiny little one. If you actually go on Airbnb, there is some tiny homes that you can rent. One time, my boyfriend and I, we almost did that. We almost rent a tiny little home where the rooms were kind of like upstairs. You just grab what's it called? I don't know see, I'm bilingual, so I have Spanish and English in my brain all the time. Escalera. Kind of like scales, I guess. Well, anyway, so you have the rooms on a different level. They're upstairs. It's not a 2-floor. It's literally a one tiny home, but it's separated, and the beds are upstairs. And the second floor, it's only dedicated to the kitchen and to a tiny little table with chairs and a window, and that's it. It was tiny, and we wanted to rent it just to see how would it be living in a tiny home. We never did it. But it's available. If you ever do an Airbnb, try to look up for one and see if you want to try that minimalist lifestyle. Maybe you become minimalist too. Anyway, there's other things. There is a extremely this one kind of drove me crazy, because there is this rule or this practice is I find it a little too much, because this is even beyond giving up your home or to live in a tiny one, or giving up because your car to just drive bikes. Because, minimalists also get rid of their cars that protect the environment, which I support so much. But there's this practice called stoicism, if I'm saying it correctly. And basically, what you do, it's for 1 month, you sleep and drink with the dogs. What? Yeah. What you do is basically, for 1 month, you will sleep in the dog basket once a month and drink from the dog's water. Why? Oh, Jesus. For a few days, just so you live like a dog and you realize that, it's possible and fine to survive like one. And that way, it removes the fear from you. Now, hold on a second. Let me process this. I'm trying to process it. I don't think the dog wants to be disrespected. And I don't think the dog wants you to invade their space. If I were a dog, I'd be like, why are you touching my bed? He'll be like, just go away. If I were a dog, you know how they just reflect your personality. I'm just saying, no, don't drink the dog's water. It's just, I can't see it happening. There is ways to remove fear. Jump from a mountain or do some hiking or whatever it is. But just don't do that. I don't think it's healthy drinking from your dog's water. Tell you something. I'm not doing that at all. That's what I'm telling you. If you're a minimalist and at one point you've done this, or you know of someone who have done it, my respect to your dog, first of all, and my respect to you for drinking your dog's water. And I hope your dog is sleeping on your bed while you do that, because, he needs somewhere to sleep on. Right? Now, minimalism also has like pretty simple lifestyle routines that I may be able to apply them from now on, that I'm just curious and I want to see how I can survive through it. So there's one called the one-time use rule, and it's basically you wouldn't buy anything if you can only use it one time, like coffee or fast food. So if I can only use coffee, my boyfriend does. He drinks so much coffee. So if he can only use that one time, he wouldn't buy it again. However, he is a coffee drinker. Like, he will drink coffee every single morning from Monday to Friday. So that's not gonna happen. Never mind. But maybe I can do that with something else, like damn it, I don't know what I can think of. But if you can do that for one item, and you can only use one time, yeah, it's an interesting kind of like a fascinating lifestyle routine. So maybe I'll do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Then they have the 3-day routine. And this one seems more effective into my lifestyle. I think so. It's called the 3-day rule. And basically, if I really, really, really want something that I've gotten rid of, thinking as a minimalist, I will get it 3 days after. Like, I want, I don't know, bananas today, then I will get it 3 days later. Now, I do that with ice cream. But I will think of it on Monday, so I can order it on Friday. That's my weekend treat. That way I'm not, I think on Monday, and then by Friday I have it. So that's my cheat meal. Perfect. There you go. I probably apply that every week. There is so many challenges that you put to yourself as a minimalist, and honestly, I respect them. Big respect to anyone who is a minimalist, to anyone who practices minimalism in their life at some level, either is the extreme level or the very simplest level ever. I would like to practice some of these challenges one time in my life. I think the 33 by 3 rule, it's something that I would like to do at some point, maybe when I start moving out to Florida or whatever I need to move next, to get rid of items that I don't need. That'll be something that I would like to do. That way I kind of get rid of the things that I don't ever use. And I put value. And the significance of this practice, that's what impresses me. That show on AE or on television where you just get rid of stuff because you have like accumulated gigantic. This is probably minimalism. This is something that the Hooters should do because they have so many junk. But it's for anyone. It's basically anyone. Me, you, anyone. Because in all honesty, we do have things that we don't really need. Like I said, I have a bunch of yoga pants that I don't use. I just have them because they're pretty. But pretty is not a necessity. Beauty is not a necessity. It's just an extra. I should write a book now. What? No. But I believe that we should put more value onto the important things. Love, respect, relationships, family, and things like that. And this is what this lifestyle teaches you. Now, they narrow it pretty good. They go into the extreme where you just drop everything. They have slow phases or slow motion practices where you just stop spending money. And that's what I've been reading about. I wanted to talk to you about the practices, which I find them really whoa, right? But it's cool because you get to spend money on things. Stop spending money on things that you don't need. At first I got the impression that is this a cheap version of someone or is it a version of anyone who wants to cleanse their environment, their area, their people, their social club. I think maybe yes, I like it, but I also feel that it's too much. You can practice it little by little, do some of the challenges once every 6 months and see how you like it. Maybe some of the practice are pretty effective. Some of these challenges, I liked it, like one-time use rule, maybe the 3-day rule. That one I will do. Every time I want something, I'll think about it, and then after 3 days, I'll get it. How about that? But if it's something that I really, really want, that I really need, it's not like, chicken, that's something that I need for food, but something that I really want. There is so many challenges and lifestyle rules that you can apply, that you can do. There's even minimalism for music that it popped on my Google search, and I was like, how would you do that with music? I mean, I don't think I can change my music or narrow my taste for music so I can feel better and value things better. Maybe for the ones that maybe my playlist, I did that the other day though. I literally organized my playlist and got rid of these songs that I didn't need. So I sectioned it. I did a playlist in Spanish, I did a playlist in English, and so on, and that way. And then I did a playlist for the 30s and the 90s ladies. If you want it, let me know. But I did that, and it made me feel better. It gave me more organization. It kept me more like in a straight path. That way I'm not all over the place. So kind of makes me feel better. Maybe that's the point of it, right? So I like it. I like minimalism at some level. Some of the practices are a little too much for me. I mean, I'm not gonna drink water from my dog's spot. No. And I'm not gonna sleep on the dog's bed. No. But there are some things that I really respect and I like, and the goal, especially the goal of each of them, it's to value the important things. Yay! I like this. Well, this was our 11th episode, and I hope you like it. I loved it. I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while now, and yeah, I'm gonna dedicate this episode to my dearest friend Miguel, because he's been asking for the episode for a while. He texted me the other day. Actually this morning, he texted me. He's like, hey, when is your episode coming up? I'm wanting to listen to the podcast. Well, here you go, buddy. Episode 11 is for you. Well, I hope you have an amazing day. Today is Friday. The weekend is about to start. So again, if you're going out or if you're going anywhere, wear your mask, keep your distance, wash your hands, and have an amazing weekend. We'll see you on the next episode later.